So the session is actually getting started, and yep. Super. And I hope you are able to see my screen. And Yon, the title for this particular today's session is about GitHub Actions. We are actually going to learn about GitHub Actions for this particular day. And yeah, so we are actually going to make some automations, like how we can just make the automation with the help of that. So that's why I picked this particular title, GitHub Actions 101, making automation a habit, not a hassle. So these are all the agenda for this particular day. So we are just going to have this welcome and the introduction of the automation and what is GitHub Actions, and also the real world examples and the live demo in terms of creating the first workflow, exploring the marketplace, why, what is the purpose of marketplace and all, and then we will be having this tips, best practices, and the common mistakes to avoid all those things. And then we are just having this Q&A to start contributing to that Q&A, and how to start contributing to your GitHub Actions open source. So these are all the things we are actually going to see as a part of this particular program, or particular for the next 1 hour, I would say. Yeah, I'm entering into the title. Yes, welcome to the session. And my name is Santosh, and I'm working as a lead DevSecOps engineer. So I just wanted to I'm having around 10 plus years of experience in this IT industry, and 9 years exclusively in terms of DevOps, DevSecOps, and currently I'm building the pipelines in terms of ML ops and LLM ops as well. So once again, this DevOps is actually the base, and I'm working on this GitHub Actions on a daily basis in order to get the, or in order to build the pipeline and everything. So that is the stuff we are just having at this case. Yeah. So I'm starting with the question. So how many of you use automation in the daily life, right? With knowingly or unknowingly. So one such thing is actually Google Photos backup, or WhatsApp, what is it, WhatsApp auto download, or smart home, or cron jobs. So these kind of things we are having. But unknowingly or unknowingly, we are actually using all those things on a daily basis. And so that's why we are just having this particular automation actually saves us from the boring and the repetitive work, first of all. So you can just automate the steps, okay, and also you are just having everything in this repetitive work to this. So that is where we are having this. This is where actually we are having this GitHub Actions for the developers in order to implement the CI/CD pipeline. Yeah. And yeah, automation in real life, that actually points to automation in development as well. Okay, so this is what actually we are having. Yeah. And finally, yes, we are going to make use of or learn about GitHub Actions for this particular day, which is your developers automation engine. Yeah. So this is what actually we are having. And yeah, so what is GitHub Actions and why you should care about it? First of all, I just want to give a definition. GitHub Actions is nothing but it's the GitHub's native automation plus CI/CD platform. So this is actually the native automation, the CI/CD platform, right? And why it matters: it runs directly inside the GitHub. It automates the build, test, deployment, notifications, and the bots. And also, it is having the huge community of people with the ready-made workflows. If you want to use, you can just implement that. Okay. So then you can trigger this by events. It is a YAML-driven configuration, and you are having 3 minutes and parallel jobs for public repos. So these are all the high-level inputs I just wanted to give. Maybe if you are having any questions, yeah, this is one example, the real-world examples. Let us say you can auto comment a welcome like this on new PR, and you can run the tests automatically on every commit, and you can build and deploy React app to GitHub pages. You can publish and what is the Docker images to the Docker Hub, and also you can just send the notifications to Slack or the Teams on the build failures. And this is a kind of simple YAML file, or the simple action thing we are having. So with this, I just wanted to keep it. I just wanted to keep it here. I just wanted to like keep this theoretical things like here, and I want to like jump into the hands-on perspective directly with the help of the live demo. Okay, so this is the high-level picture I just wanted to like showcase, and also if you see, these are all the references that you can just like take to start with GitHub Actions. The main thing I would like suggest here is this particular skillsgithub.com. So what is the purpose of this, or where you want to like go ahead with this so like where we are just like having this GitHub GitHub, I mean sorry, GitHub skills. You are having this the first day on GitHub, first week on GitHub, and also like you are having this how to automate with the help of GitHub Actions and how to perform this DevSecOps related activities. So you are actually having the curated courses for that. My suggestion would be, so please go through this particular course. Okay, so that is the first thing I want to share, and these are all two other documentations you can just like go with. Okay, without waiting like further due, I'm just like entering into the hands-on I'm just like entering into the hands-on perspective. Yeah, I'm just like entering into the hands-on perspective here, so please like focus on this. The first, in order to create a GitHub Actions pipeline, you need a GitHub account. You need a GitHub account, and you need to have a GitHub repo. I mean, GitHub account ultimately, and you need to have a GitHub repo. So let me go to this. Let me go to the page, and I'm entering into my GitHub account here. So I have all. I mean, I need to like to sign in. So please like sign into your GitHub account. So that will actually give you that. Let me. I will just like stop the screen sharing once. I will log into my GitHub account. Then I will just like share all the details. So just give me a minute. So just give me a minute. Sanjeev, I will take like all these questions at the end, okay? Because like once I share the screen, no, I won't be like able to see all the questions, okay? So what I will do means I will just like give the, or I will just like take the questions exactly by 4, okay? I will just like stop that the screen, and I will just like take all the questions exactly by 4 p.m. Okay. Meanwhile, I will just like set up, or I will just like create all these things, okay? So just please like bear with me. Yeah, then we will just like discuss all those things. Definitely I will be like answering like all your questions. And team, by the way, I'm a GitHub Actions certified person from GitHub. So GitHub is actually having like 5 global certifications. Just wanted to like introduce that. Okay, so just maybe just wanted to like introduce. Okay, so there is a thing called the GitHub certifications. Okay, so like there are 5 global certifications associated with this GitHub. I think they have like removed, or they moved to some different thing, it seems. Okay, yeah. So I have like completed all these 5 certifications. So Copilot, Advanced Security, GitHub Foundations, GitHub Actions, and GitHub Administration. And you are actually having a separate exam, or separate exam for the GitHub Actions itself. Okay, so you can just like have a look on this particular learning content, whether like you want to go ahead with this particular point or not. Okay, it's up to you, but not a mandatory one. Okay, so now I am having the GitHub account. Okay, so the first tick is actually done. Now I want to create a GitHub repository. So here, so please click on GitHub. I mean, please click on this plus icon, and please select this new repository. And what I'm doing is that I'm just like giving the repository details here. Okay, so sample repo for GH Actions. I'm just like calling this GitHub Actions as GH Actions, and I'm giving the description. Okay, so this repo is for GH Actions demo, and I want to keep this repository as the public one, and I don't want to start with any template, and I don't want to go with any README. I don't want to add any git ignore, and no licenses are there. So now I'm just creating a repository. It is a pure plain repository that I got. Okay, this is actually the pure plain repository. Okay. So team, if you all are following this along with me, then it is actually well and good. Or no, or if not, not an issue. So that we can just like skip that also. Now I'm having the plain pure or new GitHub repository with me. It is, by the way, it is an open source, in the sense it is a public repository. Now I want to create an actions, GitHub Actions. How I have to create that? Either there are two ways. Either there are multiple tabs on the top. Go to the Actions tab here. So under this particular actions only, you will be having the predefined workflows. You will be having, here we call it as workflows. We will be having the predefined workflows here. And if you see, like in order to the configurations like automation, all those things are actually available here by default. So you can just like explore that, or we can just like create the workflow by our own. Then in that particular case, my suggestion would be we can go with creating the new file. So click on creating a new file, and the path, there should be a specific path here. So it should be under .github workflows, then the workflow name. So we call it as workflow. Okay. So workflow name, then it should ends with .yml or YAML. So this is the flow of this. Okay. Okay, so this is what the flow is. So now I'm going to like talk about, so .github and slash the same, the workflows we are having. Then I'm giving the file name, so hello world .yml. So after giving this particular YML, if you see, like you got like all the, I mean, you got the marketplace here. We will discuss about marketplace after some time. Okay, so you don't need to like worry on that particular time right now. So we will talk about this marketplace after some time. I'm taking the, okay, I'm taking some hello world GitHub Actions pipeline, okay, directly from one of the available examples. Okay, then we will just like go ahead with that. Okay, so this is the pipeline, or the pipeline to like run, or I'm just like pasting it here. Okay, so if you see, the line number 22 to 25. So if you just like see line number 22 to 25. Okay, so what is this particular 22 to 25? So you are the first line, you are actually having the name. So name colon will define what is the name of your pipeline. So that is the first thing. Second, you are having this keyword called on. So what is the purpose of on? When the pipeline should be triggered, or when this particular action should be like done, or when this particular pipeline action should be performed. In order to get that, we are having this option called on. Okay, we are just like having this option called on. Okay, then we are actually having this thing called jobs. So what is the purpose of this jobs? Okay, so what is the purpose of this particular jobs? The job, under the job, you will be having a common job name, and under that particular job you will be having the steps. So job is nothing but the collection. Job is actually like nothing but the collection of steps. Okay, so job is actually nothing but the collection of steps here. So you will be having a jobs. Under that you will be giving a job name. Then you will be having the steps to be executed. Then like there is one concept called runs on. So what is the purpose of runs on? So this runs on actually help. This runs on is the place where like your entire machines or entire actions will be executed. Okay, so entire actions will be executed with this particular okay, so entire actions will be like executed with this with on this particular machine only. So that is the purpose, or that is actually the purpose of your okay. So this is actually the purpose of your runs on the Ubuntu latest. Okay, so maybe if you are having any questions, right, so please put that particular one in your what is it, like please put that in the chat. So we will just like discuss about those particular items as well. Okay, so please, like if you're having any questions, please put that in the chat. Yeah. So name, it will define the name of your workflow. On, it will define when your pipeline should be triggered. Jobs, it will actually contain the list of jobs under this particular workflow. The job will contain the list of steps. Then the runs on will help you to define where this particular pipeline should be executed. So this is the point here. Let me copy this. Okay, I have like already pasted. Now I'm committing the changes with the commit message. So I have committed the changes in the main branch. Now I want to see whether my pipeline is getting triggered or not. So go to this tab called actions, and under the actions you will be having the actions running. If you see, the hello world name is coming here, and you are having this hello world commit ID. And here if you just like enter, you will be having this particular file name, and you are having the job here. Enter into this particular job, then you will be having this step here. So my step, it executed echo hello world, and the hello world option came. So this is what actually like we have to do, team. Yeah. So if you are maybe I'm just like stopping here for a while to take some questions. Then I will just like come back to this particular one. Okay. Yes. I'm taking all the questions now. Sanjeev posted, what is the free limit of pipeline on daily or monthly basis? So Sanjeev, like for free version, you will get 2000 minutes monthly basis. Okay. For that, you can just like check the different, there are different set of plans available in GitHub. You have to explore about that particular plans. Okay. So based on that, based on your need, you can just like take it up. Then how it is different from Azure DevOps build and release pipeline. Sanjeev, this GitHub Actions is actually running on Azure only. Okay, so both are actually different. They are actually giving it as a separate tool. The Azure DevOps, it is a complete package you are having, and the GitHub Actions is a different CI/CD pipeline. That's it. Okay, but for both the things, you need to write the code in terms of YAML format. And Azure DevOps build and release pipeline, it is actually a little bit advanced when comparing to the GitHub Actions. Okay, that particular thing I would say, but both are more or less performing the similar action. Okay, I'm just like marking it as a thumbs up so that like I can confirm whether I have like gave the answer or not. Okay, in runs on we need to put OS name. Okay, maybe I will take Vivek's question now. In runs on, we need to put OS name. Vivek, we need to put the machine name there, not the OS name. I will tell you, I will just like share one documentation, you will get the better clarity on top of that. Then how it will connect Ubuntu with Git pipeline. Okay, so Srinivas, I will just like give that. Sneha, can we use our own VM? Yes, Sneha, there are two concepts here. Okay, maybe like all those things are actually related with uh, okay, like all these things are actually related with the runners. So let me talk about the runners here. And what is the final question? Ali, okay, will it support only .yml file? Yes, .yml or .yaml. You have to write the pipeline only in this particular format. If not, if you are not writing that, then your pipeline won't work. You will get an error uh, at the moment itself. Okay, I have shared the, okay, I have just like shared the screen team. Like you asked, right? There are two concepts. One is GitHub hosted runners. Okay, one is GitHub hosted runners and another one is self-hosted runners. Sneha, you have asked about this self-hosted runners. Self-hosted runners in the sense you can actually like bring your own machines to run in this to run your pipeline. So if you just like bring your machine, you can run the pipeline there. Okay, this is what like the self-hosted machine, self-hosted runners will do. And for all the other machines, right, we call it as runner images. And if you see, these are all the runner images available for the GitHub Actions by default. Okay, so by default, like these are all the things like you are actually like having. Okay, these are all the things like you are actually having. So here I used okay, what is the, just a minute, let me check. Yeah, so I just like used runs on Ubuntu latest, and Ubuntu latest is available as YAML label. So similarly, you can use only the labels available here, which means like either I can use Ubuntu latest or Mac OS 15 large or Windows 2025 or Windows latest. So these kind of labels, predefined labels only, I can use it here for the GitHub hosted runners. Is it clear to you, team, for everyone? I think I have like answered like your questions, everyone. I think like Vivek and Srinivas, I have like answered. Sneha, like I have like answered. Okay, so can you provide real world examples of LLM ops CI/CD pipelines to learn? Shahil, maybe like that we will discuss at the end because that is not related with the current one which we are just like talking about. Okay, maybe we will just like take this particular question at the end. So let's stick to the current topic, then we will explore like all the additional things beyond this particular timing. Okay, yes, thank you. Fine then, team. Superb. Now we wrote the simple pipeline. Okay, we just like wrote the simple pipeline here. So dot GitHub workflows. Under that, like you wrote a hello world.yaml. Okay, it executed perfectly fine. Fantastic. Superb. Now I want to edit this thing. Okay, so instead of this echo world, so team, Ubuntu is a Linux machine. Okay, Ubuntu is a Linux machine and I want to execute or I want to perform some Linux commands on top of that. Okay, I want to like perform some Linux commands on top of that. So how I can just like, okay, how I can just like bring that. Okay, so that particular stuff like I need to like think about that. So okay, sorry, I need to like what is the like plan that. Okay, so how I can just like bring that particular the another set of like steps in my stuff, right? So if you just like go to that, if you just like go to this particular one, you can copy and paste the next set of like steps. Let us say I want to like add, okay, so I want to like add another step. So I want to like add another step. Maybe I will use some, okay, create a directory. Okay. And another one, create a file. Another one, list that particular file. Okay. So list the contents. Here, instead of echo, I have to use this make directory sample. Create a file, I have to like use this command sample.txt. And then what command I have to like use? I have to like use this command called ls-lrt. So these kind of like commands I'm giving. I mean, I have like added some steps here. Then I'm committing the changes now. Okay, I'm just committing the changes. Let's see what is happening. And if you just like come to the actions, you will just like get this. You will just like get the files like getting updated. I mean, the pipeline is actually getting executed. If you enter into that, yes, your job has been successfully completed, and you are just like having the my step, which will execute the echo hello world, and it created the directory, make directory sample. It created the file touch sample.txt, and it actually like listed the file. If you see, it listed ls-lrt, and you are able to see a directory called sample and also directory called sample.txt. So these are all the things you are actually like having in this particular case. Okay, so how I have like added some more new steps to this particular pipeline. So that is what I have what I would say the uh, demonstrated here. Do we have any other questions here, team? Can anyone please confirm that? I think I'm not having any questions like right now. Are you all clear with this? Maybe a small yes or no will help you. I mean, help me to take it further. Prabhanjan posted how to map to the runner. Okay, so Prabhanjan, that is where if you see, I used a Ubuntu runner. Okay, I just like used Ubuntu latest runner runs on using the runs on keyword. Maybe I can just like zoom in a little bit. Runs on Ubuntu latest I have like used, and here if you see, you are having the different available images. You can pick whatever like you want here. If you want Ubuntu 22.04, take this label and go to this particular file, update this particular place. Instead of Ubuntu latest, put your Ubuntu 22.04. So that is how like you have to like map. Can these GitHub actions applicable on Bitbucket as well? Chinna, you have to what is like pull? You have to like pull the data from the Bitbucket. For your question, the straightforward answer is yes. You can use that. You can use that. Yes. Okay, so let me like point here. Okay, I'm getting the questions like in a like outdated manner. Okay, so GitHub Actions. Yeah, I think China like okay. I think like you posted yes as well. Yes, can you paste the copy and code? How can I run a program file in a pipeline if it is present my repo? Deepak, I'm going to like showcase that. Maybe for Yash, I can copy and paste the file here. Just give me a minute. Chat. No, I'm not able to paste anything. I'm not able to paste anything. Sorry, I don't have the access. I can only react for your messages. I can read your messages, but I cannot like what is the like paste anything. Sorry for that. I'm not able to paste the content. Okay, how can I run a program file in pipeline if it is present in my repo? Deepak, I'm going to showcase a demo for that now. Okay, Mrinal, do we need to use steps inside the job? If we use steps without the jobs, then when to choose when we choose to use multiple jobs? Yes, I will showcase the demo as the second demo. I will just like showcase that. Okay, fine. Now I'm having like one job here. Okay, now I want to introduce this as a second job. How I can do that? So edit this particular file and like create a new job, something like this. That's it. Okay, create a new job, something like this. If you see my job too, maybe I can just like okay, my step 2, I will just like give everything as a I will append everything in the second. Okay, so sample2.txt, everything I will just like add. Now I'm committing the changes. I will just like commit the changes right now. If you go to the actions, like you will be having two jobs. See, my job 1 and my job 2. Similarly, you can add like all those things. You can just like create all those particular stuffs. If you see my job and my job 2 got executed, and you are having this my step 2, and it actually create a directory, make directory sample 2. It created a file sample2.txt, and also like if you see it listed all the things. So this is how like I have to like use this. And also there is another one thing. So now like we will explore another use case. Now these jobs executed in a parallel way. Now I want to like execute that in a sequential way, right? How I can do that? So you have to append one configuration there. That particular configuration name is called as depends on. So the configuration name is called as depends on. So this my job too depends on my job. So if you just like give something like I think okay, sorry, not depends on, it actually like needs. Sorry, it is the keyword mistake. So needs. So if I give something like this, then your pipeline will be triggered in the like parallel flow. Sorry, the sequential flow. If you go to actions, if you just like enter into that, if you see the my job will be executed first, then your my job 2 will go to the second stage. So this is how you have to use the multiple jobs here. Yeah, so team, is it clear? Okay, let me like go through the questions once again, maybe. I think we got this recording right. Yeah, recording has been enabled. Yes. Okay. I think Mrinal, I gave the answer. Okay, Yash, thanks a lot for that, for putting the content here. Let's consider. Okay, surface. I will just like take that. Okay. What's that? Let's consider I have a site deployed on render.com or similar. Want to trigger the update on a branch push. Can I update this using GitHub Actions? Yes, the answer is actually like very, the straightforward answer is yes. Render, you can relate, you can directly sync your GitHub Actions with GitHub with render. Okay, you don't even need to build a GitHub pipeline. Render can directly like monitor your GitHub repo, and if there is a change in that particular repo, render will automatically trigger that. Okay, so for that you don't need to exclusively or explicitly set up the pipeline. So render you can easily like connect with your GitHub. See, you have to connect. This is official site of like render. So like you see, deploy every push to your linked branch. So whatever the branch you are linking, you don't need to, you don't even need to set up the pipeline. You directly connect, push the change automatically, like the render will, what is that, take this up and it will actually like, trigger the pipeline. I mean, it will deploy your changes. That's it. You don't need to like write a separate pipeline for this. Surface, I think I gave the answer for this. For any other size where we don't have the option, yes, you don't need to. You have to write the pipeline. You have to write the pipeline for sure. I will showcase that how to like relate some third-party tools and all. I will just like showcase that. How can we see the logs? Okay, Prabhanjan, like in order to like see the logs, what you have to do is that go to the my job and you can expand this, create directory, and you can see what are all the logs or what are all the activities have been executed, or what all the activities have been executed. If not, you can also download this logs. You can download the log archive, or you can just like view the raw logs as well. So this is how like you have to view the logs. Yeah, I think I have like answered your question. For any other site, yes, that we will just like implement. That's where like your marketplace actually comes into the picture. Go to the job, click on this job, expand here. You will have all the logs, like whatever the logs you need, right? You will be here, or click on this gear icon. And there like you will be having this download log archive or view raw logs. Using this you will be able to like download the files. Okay, using this you will be able to download the files. I think like you are clear with this now. To run tasks we need to click on the actions and then workspace. No, you don't need to like do that. You don't need to do that. So that is where this on, that is where this particular on keyword will help you. Okay, when you want to like execute this particular, when you want to like execute this pipeline. So now I'm just like telling whenever there is a push, whenever there is a push, like I mean we are just like telling my pipeline should be executed, so it is actually getting triggered. So similarly you can actually define when your pipeline should be triggered. So that is not a, that is not like required here. Okay, I'm moving to the next one, the important point here. Okay, yes, maybe let me like check that once again, like related to the question. Okay, yeah. Okay, now I'm going to the question of I think like Deepak, and also like now Mishra, I mean Sardin too like posted the same question, so we will just like go to that. Okay, super. Now I want to, okay, maybe I can edit the file. I don't want to, I don't want to like go with this much of like jobs. I will just like keep my file very simpler. Okay, now I want to talk about the marketplace as well. So what is the purpose of marketplace? Maybe we will just like have a quick click over that. So marketplace is the place where you will have thousands of pre-built actions by community and GitHub. And what is the, we have to go to the marketplace and we have to pick one. So, and also we don't need to reinvent the wheel. We have to reuse that particular option. So that is the step like we are having. So now let me go to that. You are having the option to use GitHub. I mean, let me close all the other things. I don't need all these things. Okay, so like here you are actually like having, here you are just like having, either you can just like access the marketplace here, or you can just like go to the GitHub Actions Marketplace. So it will be, you will be like able to open this. So what is available in this particular marketplace is, you will be having the actions. So all the actions will be available here. So you don't need to reinvent your wheel. You don't need to reinvent your wheel here. You don't need to like take everything. So let us say, let me like use one use case. Let me take Deepak's use case. Okay, it's getting delay. Okay, so let me use the Deepak's use case where it is. One minute, I'm just like looking. Yeah. So let me copy the content, and I'm just like pasting it here. Okay. Okay. So this is the question. How can I run a program file in pipeline if it is present in my repo? Okay. So this is the question. So I'm simulating his requirement. Okay. So let me commit this particular changes. So let it run. And now what I'm going to do is that I'm going to add a file. Okay. I'm going to like add a file. So I'm just like naming it as sample.sh. I'm just like giving the name as sample.sh. And what I'm doing is this, I'm just giving echo hello world. So team, shell script also is a kind of the programming file. Are you agreeing with this? Are you all agreeing with this? Shell script is also a kind of your programming file. Are you all agreeing with this? Yes, exactly. Thank you. So now I'm creating a shell script. Okay, I created a shell script sample.sh. Now I want to execute this sample.sh in my pipeline. How I can do that? So the first step, let it run the echo hello world. Maybe I will just like rename this echo hello world from pipeline. Okay, now the second step is, I have to check out that particular code. How I have to check out that particular code? I have to use the marketplace. Go to the marketplace and check for this action checkout. So team, are you able to see the checkout action here with the blue tick enabled? So like open this particular checkout. Okay, open this particular checkout and use this option here. Okay, and just like we have to use this checkout here. So this is how you have to use the actions in the marketplace. So checkout is one of the pre-built action in marketplace. And if you see the about, this checkout is a Git repository. So it is checkout a Git repository at a particular version. So for that, what we are using is that we are using this actions checkout. Very simple. So what I'm doing is that, so checkout repository, and I'm using this word called users action checkout. Then I'm listing that particular file. So list the content, and for that I'm using this run here. Okay, ls-lrt. So then I'm just like having this um, execute shell. I'm just like using this execute shell command. Then the command is run sh sample dot. I mean, this is the name I have like provided, right? So sh sample dot sh. So this is the command. So like this particular step was already there. I added the actions. I used the actions from the marketplace. Then I listed the content. then I'm executing that particular shell. If I commit the changes, we will explore the items. I'm going to the actions here. If you see, like update hello world is running, my job, you are having like 4 different jobs here. See, checkout repository like enabled, and it cloned the content. Then like it listed the content here, ls-lrt sample.sh was there, and it executed the, see, sh sample.sh, and it executed. I mean, I gave 5 echo command, it executed 5 echo hello world. So I think I have answered both the questions. Like for Shardendu, I have like answered your question, and for Deepak, I have like answered your question here. Okay, so team, is it clear to everyone at this particular stage? How to like use this GitHub Actions? Are you all clear with this?